Hello everybody, welcome to the Xelion Transformation Accelerator 2 that we are currently building. So I'm going to show you or do a little demo of this application. So first of all, let's log in. Well, you know that this application is being built to do assessments, to help customers in their migration trip to SAP S/4HANA to see how their companies are. So first of all, let's see how an assessment looks like. Okay, we'll see, or I show you all the application, but in this case, let's see how an assessment looks like. Okay, so let's open an existing record, and well, we have some assessments created here, for example. So let's choose one of them and see, navigating how an assessment looks like. As I said, well, in this case we have a scenario showing that this assessment was done for this company in this date, and some of those are the results calculated so far. And as you can see, an assessment is composed by different categories, and each of one category have configured some questions. Okay, we have efficiency questions, which are questions answered in a percentage, and also we have cost questions, which are questions answered with an input. Okay, an input answer, an input time. Okay, and as long as the users are going entering the results, the system is going calculated some intermediate results as the efficiency score, current cost, and annual savings for each category. Okay, so same way for the rest of the categories that compose an assessment. Let me show you first of creating an assessment where all this data is coming from. Okay, so we have here in the menu an administration entry from which we can create all that stuff. Okay, so we see here the LAN categories and questions. So this is a configuration scenario where we can create, add or modify, even delete different categories. Right now we have 11 that are going to compose an assessment. And for each of those categories, let's choose for instance quality, we can go adding our efficiency questions or cost questions. So this is just a matter of configuring what is going after happen when creating an assessment. Okay, so in this case, for instance, for quality, we could go adding more efficiency questions, entering the question that is going to be requested and the weight for these questions. Notice please that all of those questions have different weights. Okay, we could edit and so on, and the same way for categories itself. Okay, if we edit or try to modify the quality category, we could see that this is also a configuration of the category. All those data are specific for each category, and from them the results are being calculated. Okay, so in this case the quality category has been configured to have this lower top or high bottom, those standard values for the direct input and the direct time, and some configuration of saving values, which are factors that are used afterwards in their assessments. Okay, so once we have seen the administration part to configure assessment, let's create an assessment. Okay, so from here, from file, we could create an assessment. Okay, this is the scenario. Well, as you can see, sorry, we have three different areas. We could choose an already existing company. If that was the case, we were to, or the company was already in our system, or we wanted to do a new assessment, okay, we could choose one of them. Or if it was the case of a new assessment for a new company, we could just enter the data here. Special importance is this part in which we are seeing that the system is retrieving some previously configured values, okay? So those values are coming from a configuration table, which is also an administration part, which comes from this area, okay? So from here, the administrator user can configure all this data. Let's see this, okay? Can configure the working days, daily hours, some FTE, internal, external, and business FTE values, and also some standard values that are used afterwards for the assessment calculations, okay? Let's go back to our assessment. And of course, the user at the time to create the assessment could overwrite those values, okay? So let's create our new or our first new assessment in this demo, and let's consider that we are creating a new company. Okay, so I'll try to put some random data here. No, maybe this could work. Industry, let's choose IT. Let's put a department. Was IT sponsor? Let's give it blank. Some aleatory email. And let's also enter. I hope it doesn't exist. Okay, so once we do this, we could also assign a consultant. A consultant is, well, some of the crew staff that will lead this assessment, that would be in contact with the customer. Okay, so once we create our new assessment, the system is going to retrieve all the configuration that we saw previously, all the LAN categories and their questions, and put it there. Okay, so this is how an assessment is created manually. This application will have two ways of creating assessments, mainly automatically, okay, from some robotic functions that will retrieve the data from their customer systems. But however, we are allowing to create assessments manually, as we just saw. Okay, so in this part, the user will be assisted, and we will go answering those questions. Well, initially you see that all the information has been gathered from our administration, from what we did. We have no results, okay? But if we go one category by one, we have all the efficiency questions, cost questions, okay? And here we could go answering and then seeing how the results are calculated. Okay, let's do just a test. Let's just create some specific values. I'm going to enter some aleatory data. I'm not even reading what are the question. It's just to show very quick how this works. Okay, let's save. The total LAM grade is being calculated for these values. Let's enter the cost questions. Again, I'm going to enter some random data. Okay. This, of course. Okay. And after having entered some answers to those questions, the system is going calculated has calculated those values that you can see in the top. Of course, those values are using those questions and some of the configuration values that we did previously, and with this we are having those results. Okay, so and we will go through all the categories to do the same, to go answering in this manual way. Okay, however, the application has many more things. We just see that we could create a new record. We also saw that we could open an existing record. You see those. This is our the assessment that we just created. Okay, so we could resume the assessment in case it wasn't fully completed. But also we could go to see the results in a dashboard scenario. Okay, so from this menu here, the report, we could access to a business case, which would be the having a report, a PDF full report, okay, which is one of the functionalities that is still being built, or go to a dashboard scenario. Okay, in this case, as we are logged in as an administrator, I'm seeing all the assessment that we created. If in this system accesses a customer, he will see only his results. Okay, so in our case, the bank stand, which is the assessment we just created, we have a dashboard scenario. Okay, so you see that we only filled one category. Those were the results given by the system, and those are general results of the full assessment. Okay, so if we wanted to see where those results are coming from, we just drill down and we go back and see that 91%, those were the values that are put in that efficiency score, and the cost questions, those are the answers given that are bringing those results back. Okay, we could do the same, for instance, for the requirement management. We could answer here too. Let's put some random data. Okay, we save, and again, if we move back, we have a efficiency score has changed. Also, the transformation readiness score has changed, and so on. Same way, well, the IT operations value, in this case we haven't answered any of those categories, but we could do so. Quality, for instance. Okay, I just drill down and you come here and well, let's enter some data. Again, I'm just writing some random information. Okay, let's save, and let's also add some cost questions. How many configurations? I don't know. Let's put something here. Well, we just answer a few. Okay. If we go back, we'll see that quality has a new value calculated. The transformation readiness score is growing, and also the cost savings. Okay, so this is how the dashboard will look like. Normally, if the assessment is created automatically from the robotic functions, you would get this information completed, and then would be a matter of drilling down, seeing if everything was correct and so on, and you would have the results, and also you could go to see a report, or even from here you could navigate to the full scenario, or even drilling down from transformation readiness score, you could see the full scenario with all the main results, all the LAN categories that were used, and you could go navigating to see again the same information. You could access the information from many different places. Okay, and well, uh, mm, let's see another part, which is the main application. From the main application, we have placed some shortcuts to the same information. Okay, so for instance from the LAM environment preparation, we have 3 pre-built configurations to interact with the robotic functions. Okay, so those are functionality that is ready to plug with the robotic functions and to start working with them. Okay, if we move again to the main page, we have the LAM data verification, from which we could start a new record. It's the same that we just saw, or choose an open record. Okay, and we'll go this way. And also we could access a final report, which is a downloadable PDF file to get it. Okay, and also we could access to the XTA value report, in which you could choose whether you want to see the dashboard or the business case. If you choose the dashboard, okay, you get to this scenario in which you will pick up one of the assessments that you are working with, and to see the results. Okay, in this case the bank sand. If we choose for another one that we just did, you get different results. Okay, choose one for Exelion. This has not complete, it's to be done. This one has just some questions that are entered. Okay, well, apart from that, the system allows creating, of course, new users and creating some of their role profiles, signing permits, and so on. And well, this is how this Xelion Transformation Accelerator tool looks like so far. We are still improving some little functionality, and well, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for your attention.